It does work. Okay? It's not put, it does work. But generational wealth begins here. The reason why most of us don't have generational wealth is because first thing you gotta have in order to attain generational wealth is a revelation. Nobody will ever get to where God wants without a revelation. If you're doing this, if you're looking at life through the present and only what concerns you right now, so you got to get a full understanding of what it means to live in the moment, in the now. If you're only doing this, that's why generational wealth is out the picture for you. But the first thing you have to do is get a revelation. Revelation means bigger picture, the big picture. That's why food producers do this. See, you still doing this.
Come on.
That's why you content as long as you got a paycheck.
Lord, have mercy.
You have to begin to do this. And then when you understand what you see, that's the first thing. You have to get the revelation. Okay? The next thing you have to become is an initiator, or you need the phase 2, the initiator. Somebody then, after the revelation, has to put the revelation into motion.
That's right.
The worker. That's why you sitting here. Are you following me?
Yeah.
You now have to do what is necessary for this to happen. The third thing, if you're going to have generational wealth, and I'm rushing through it because I'm not breaking it down, is management. Management. The revelation, the work, the initiator, and then the management. Why did I tie this to this today? Because MyEcon gives you all three. It gives you the revelation. It helps you see the big picture. Then it helps you through strategies, teachings, education, and willful people who care about you to help you initiate it and walk you through and guide you as much as possible without doing it for you.
That's right.
And then they teach you how to manage what you have now put in emotions, accumulated, and have gained success with.
All right.
The generational wealth that God is after, you're in the right place. There's no excuse today for you to leave your kids nothing. And their grandkids nothing. Now here's the last thing, and I know I went over. You have 3 other components. Here's this, I gave you those 3. The other thing, number 1, here's where we are. Stage 1 in building generational wealth is growth. Growth stage. Growth. Growth, like grow, the growth stage. Right now, we're in the growth stage. You call generation 1. If nobody here has not achieved it, if it has not been passed to you, then you are generation 1. Generation 1 deals with the growth of the wealth. Generation 2, that is your children, deals with phase 2, entrenchment. In other words, they become defenders of the wealth. Once you pass it to them, how do they do this? Because even though they didn't get it, acquire it, or build it, you told so many stories, and they watched how hard it was for you, and they heard how much you had to go through to get them where they at. They have grown some sense of appreciation. So they will fight a little bit not to lose it or to mess it all up. Because they understood your pain, though they did not do what was necessary to get it.
Sense appreciation. Yes, sir.
Here's the problem stage, number 3. Number 3 is the problem. You have to do it right with number 3, because number 3 is what we call the decline stage. That's where you lose your money. If you do not do this right, number 3 is so far down the ladder, they don't have appreciation for nothing.
Come on.
They weren't old enough to know the stories. They didn't old enough to see your struggle. They don't know nothing about it. They didn't see it out of their parents because all they were doing was defending it, managing it, maintaining it. They just lived good. They asked for everything, and all they know is it showed up.
My God.
So you have to be careful, and I'm going to deal with this in the leadership segment. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to deal with this portion in the leadership segment about management. You have to be careful that when you build this wealth, that it does not decline by the third generation. It is harder to maintain the further down the line it goes. But if it's done right by you, and you do the number one investment, it is in you and that which is of you, you have a strong chance of this plan that God has continuing generation after generation after generation after generation. But the worst thing you can do is allow your children or generations to come up with no value of that dollar and that money and what you had to go through to obtain this plan of God for your life. Embrace MyEcon. With MyEcon, this will be a sure thing.
Amen.